This is AW360 Live at Advertising Week New York. I'm BJ Smith, and we've been having a great day so far. We are getting close to wrapping up, but there's no need to stop yet. I have with me Duke Perrucci of Cambridge Analytica. Welcome. I got your name right.
You did. You nailed it.
Awesome. Great. So you were here this morning doing the session, Will Data and Digital Resurrect TV?
Yeah.
So I guess the first question here is, since it says, will it resurrect TV, is TV dead?
So that's a loaded question.
Yes, it is.
That took a good 30 minutes to unpack this morning. A lot of pundits said it was dying. Back in 2016, when the spend for digital eclipsed the spend for TV for the first time ever, a lot of folks thought that was it. It was going to head off to greener pastures, but it really isn't. It's still. I mean, I was in brand management for many years, and TV is still the strongest media that you've got to get your message out. But it's got a lot to learn from digital. That's one thing we talked about this morning.
So does just the nature of television, is that giving almost like a higher status level to the brands who are advertising, or?
It's, it's simply, you get lots of eyeballs, right? So if you're trying to reinforce the equity of your brand, what better place to advertise than the Today Show when you've got millions of people watching that? With digital, it's a different situation. You've got people logging into Facebook or Instagram or sites like that, watching your brand message, but it just doesn't resonate the way it does in TV, right? You can get millions of eyeballs on that ad in one fell swoop very, very easily. And still, when you look at marketing mix modeling, TV still comes out as the best ROI for your spend.
That's interesting. That's interesting. So, in that case, then what does TV have to learn from digital?
A lot. So, I mean, TV needs to get into the 21st century, really. The beauty of digital is the data that fuels it, right? So when you do a digital campaign, you can hyper-target those ads to those people that you know are going to be most responsive to those ads, where TV for years hasn't operated like that. It would be a shotgun approach, and you'd send that ad out over the airwaves, hoping, when I was in the game, I would just hope that I got the right TV programs that had the right eyeballs on it, and I just spent a ton of money trying to get there. With digital, it's much more surgical spend, and because you've got that data, I now know that this person's in the car market. They're looking to buy a car right now, so why don't I serve up an ad right now? And based on the different websites that they visited, I get a sense of their online behavior, and that can help modify the ads that I deploy to them. Right? It makes sense. Yeah. TV is going to get there, and pretty quickly. And the company that I work for focuses on data-driven television. And that's really the future of TV. Why not take everything we know about the audience and use that to drive much more targeted TV? A lot of people these days have these new state-of-the-art TVs in their homes, right?
Sure.
You can send advertising right to that television set. So because you know the people in that home, and if you buy commercially available data, you know a lot about those people, right? Because there's tons of data out there. Now you can send these targeted ads specifically to those homes the same way you would to a Facebook profile or to an Instagram account.
So, are we able to identify people by their device, in this case where it's a TV? I mean, I know, yes, we can put, somebody's computer or somebody's cell phone or tablet, it's easy to fingerprint, it's easy to identify who that person is, but are we saying that they can do the same thing with the television?
You're getting there. I mean, at least you know that the people in that household watched the program. You don't know who watched it, right? That's going to be the next evolution. Somehow, somebody much smarter than me is going to figure that out.
Sure.
And when you can figure out precisely who's watching that television program and align it with their digital, with your digital activity, that's where you have this very synergistic effect.
Yeah.
We just did a study for a client where the difference between just TV alone and just digital alone, when you brought those two together, it was 50x the return on brand conversion, which to a marketer, that's manna from heaven.
Yeah, absolutely. So are we going to see a day, do you think, with smart televisions and more standard TV and channels and cable and whatnot, where we'll have different profiles? I mean, with Netflix or with Hulu right now, I say, I've got, this is mine, this is my kids, and this is the family, right? And so for them, they know who's watching at the time, but it's more difficult. I mean, I can't imagine that every time somebody sits down there, unless the TV prompts them, who's watching right now.
Right. Yeah, I don't think we've figured that out yet. and I mean, just the whole definition of TV, we were struggling earlier this morning to define it. Like, what exactly is TV now? Is it just watching video content anywhere? Does it have to be something on the wall? Can it be on your iPad or? We
were just having a conversation with somebody who spent the last 2 weeks watching TV on his phone in the back of a taxi cab.
I don't envy him.
Yeah, right? No, that's not great. Okay, this is interesting. So I'm thinking about the technology. My brain's like, all right, how do we make this thing work? This will freak everybody out, but are the TVs going to eventually do facial recognition so they can tell who's watching?
I'm sure someone's going to sort that out.
It's probably already happened.
Yeah, I mean, the world of big data, I mean, eventually we're going to get to a point where there's just so much data coming at a marketer. The real trick is going to be making sense of that data. That's the real trick. But I mean, we've got there's people coming to us all the time with these inventive ideas of, hey, we can help you figure this out by somebody watching a TV, and it's mind-boggling how much technology is really out there to help drive better marketing decisions.
Okay. So what's got you excited right now?
Oh boy, that's a good question. I'm sorry, these lights are very very hot. I guess I would say it's really big data and where it goes in the future. Marketers are making such smarter decisions now because of big data. Not only do I know where you shop and where you live and how much money you make, but I also know behaviorally how you live your life, attitudinally. I know what your proclivities in a social environment are. When you can bring all of that together into one place, the marketing just becomes so much smarter. And wouldn't everybody like to get marketing served up to them, brand messages that are surgically designed for you, custom designed for you, instead of all the clutter that you see when you go into Facebook these days?
Yeah, right? Or Facebook or news websites or just about anywhere these days.
Yeah. I mean, that's what excites me, really.
Duke, thank you for joining me on the stage today.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it. We'll be back with more AW360 Live at Advertising Week New York.